Hola.
Can you tell us about some stats about Hispanic Americans?
Well, they're our largest minority group. El Grupo means the minoría más grande. They're the fifth. The U.S. has the fifth largest Hispanic population in the world. Mexico would have it first. Am I right? 70% of Hispanics are Catholic. I think it's more. 1 in 8 people in America are Hispanic. The largest Catholic population in the world. And then 2 of 3 come from Mexico in the United States, 50% from Central America, 50% are Puerto Rican ancestry, but that's really part of the United States, so I don't know if you want to count them as being immigrants. And then 1 in 3 Hispanics do not have health insurance. Sí or no?
Okay. What stereotypes exist about Hispanic Americans?
So many. They're lazy. People say they're lazy. They said this about the Italians at one point too.
Oh, did they?
I want you to know. They're violence prone. When you're poor, you're violence prone. They're unintelligent, not so. Unpatriotic. They're super patriotic. Matter of fact, if you look at their war record in defending this country, they've been very, very patriotic. Am I just telling the truth? See, if they prefer welfare to employment, not so. Association with Hispanics, tacos, cactus, yeah, because they do eat tacos and there are cactus where they live. Poverty, welfare, sombrero.
Very nice sombrero.
Mules, that's not so. Burros are not mules. Lost of children I have here, but I think you want to say lots of children. Chicken farmers. I worked on a chicken farm in the summer of Sesenta Seis.
Where was the chicken farm?
Mexico, down in Mexico, and I'm trying to think of the place where it was. No, it wasn't Tosco. I'll think of it. Limited variety of food, not really. Markets, gangs, all poor people form gangs. Camaros. Field workers, yeah, they are. They're a lot of lazy and shiftless. They're not lazy. They have to be shiftless because everything keeps moving. Lawless, not really. Thieving, immoral, and violent, just not so. Every minority group is stereotyped that way.
So are most of the stereotypes wrong?
We have a Hispanic working right here. This is Douglas Gonzalez.
Very good.
He's a Hispanic.
See, Hispanics are not lazy.
Come on. No, not lazy at all. Y muy alto. Douglas muy alto.
What are some specific examples of how Hispanic Americans are discriminated against?
Second class in church.
Oh.
I hear, I don't know, but not allowed in pools. Like if you have an office pool, they cannot put money in that. Well, swimming pools, theaters. That's changed because everybody can get into theaters and pools one time.
Yeah.
That's changed. It's a gentleman's agreement. It's a subtle type of discrimination. It's not as blatant as it was. The Garcia case, Hispanic farmers argue that the government discriminates Pachuca. That's where I was in Mexico. Pachuca, Hidalgo, the state of Hidalgo. And the chicken farm is called La Pluma, which means the feather. That's how these people made money. Government discriminates against them in providing loans, disaster relief, and other financial aids. Any minority group receives that. Students could fit into that too. You guys go out and try to get a loan and see what happens.
Oh, so it's not just Spanish people, it's everyone.
Everybody, but there's a lot of them, see, so it seems like there's a lot more. Carrillo's story, he applied for a USDA loan after a flood road is built, but he was denied. We discriminate him against him more than just that. All these poor people have been brought up from Mexico to work down in New Orleans, and they're illegals, and the people employing them know that, and they use them, and they pay them nothing, or they don't pay them, and these people can't go and complain because they get sent back. They are working with the church is down there, working, trying to see, hasta luego, to see that they get a better deal, so they're discriminated against. Would you young ladies date Hispanics?
It depends.
There's discrimination right there, go ahead.
What is being done to improve the situation of this group?
I'm married to a Hispanic. Bishops promote support or collaboration. There are Hispanic scholarship funds. There was a Hispanic astronaut.
Really?
Under
Who was
Bush.
It? Oh.
I don't remember, but there was. Under Bush, Gonzalez was our Attorney General. And Look how far this llama has gotten in life. There are llama farms just north of Talmadge.
Oh, is that a llama?
We have a llama. Well, it could be an alpaca.
En español.
Es un llama. Un llama. Es una llama. I think it is. But there is a alpaca or llama farm just north of Talmadge Circle.
Oh.
Did you know that? You
There's
can see them. They're
alpacas
white.
across the street from me.
There we go.
Is there anything else you've done personally to help this group?
I married one.
You mentioned that.
My son is half Hispanic.
Oh, muy bien.
Procter & Gamble Scholarships for Hispanics. I'm seeing this for the first time. You have to learn Spanish in a lot of the southern states. And it's just, anytime you get a group of poor people coming in as immigrants, it's going to take time for them to get in. We have the program where they can come up and work with landscaping. One of our graduates from Walsh here has employed a number of them legally.
Oh.
Bien.
And
Legally is always good.
yes, it was much better for them also.
Well, what can you tell us about their traditions they've brought to the United States?
The Taco Bell.
Taco
The
Bell.
food. What do you mean? The food is the number one thing.
I don't know. I've heard you talk bad about Taco Bell.
Well, Taco Bell cannot. Sometimes it's the healthiest place, but.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us, or Yama would like to share?
Yama would like to share with you. I don't. What other questions would you have about Hispanics?
That's all the questions I have.
I still haven't got a good answer here about would you date Ricky? What was his name that sang La Vida Loca?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ricky, the Puerto Rican guy. Come on, could we go out with him?
I don't know. I don't know him.
Well, you'd have to meet them first. But
Yes.
Would you
Are you going to introduce us?
Yes.
Well, I know it.
Can you introduce us today?
More than likely go up and start talking with a Hispanic guy or an Anglo guy if you're at a party.
That's a tough choice.
That's a tough question. Depends. What
No,
kind of party is it?
Yeah, what kind of party is that? Is it a fiesta?
All things being equal.
Is it a fiesta?
No, it's just a party that you can go to around here, and somebody sit out here. Here's Raul. He's an exchange
I would talk to
student.
Yama.
Well, see, that's discrimination.
Yeah.
What
About
about
that,
the
what do
Walsh
you-
Warriors? What are our Walsh Warriors going to do?
You have to ask Mr. North.
About our Walsh Warriorette softball team?
Warriorette. What's a warriorette?
I'm looking at a gobbo right now. The feminine form of warrior.
Where did you get your sombrero?
Erica Miller got it for me while she was down in
Oh.
Mexico. A Walsh grad and doing very well.
What's your favorite Hispanic food?
It depends on how it's prepared. Pizza.
How about your wife? Does she prepare good Spanish food?
Well, yeah, she's Spanish. Spanish and Mexican food. Everything she prepares has a little Spanish twist to it. Onions, garlic, parsley, and olive oil. Everything.
Oh, olive oil.
Are Hispanics good drivers?
Yes, they're as good as anyone else.
You're good.
Are you a good driver?
I am. I feel.
What happens when you see a yellow light?
He goes through it.
Yellow lights. It depends. Depends on where I'm at.
What about the car that was coming the other way?
Today. That car was out of control. That car was coming faster than it should have. And we got up to the yellow light. We should have been able to pass while it was still yellow, but because of this fellow, or it probably was a woman.
Oh, now we're
Probably
discriminating, Mr. Gaone.
No, I didn't. Did you see who was driving that?
No.
It was probably a guy because he was going pretty fast. And he forced us to. Well, once you're in the intersection, you have no choice. I mean, you got to just make the move, and we were in the intersection before.